Hello friends, and I hope you're having a really wonderful day. I also hope that learning about 3 great new products for those of us over 50 will brighten your day even more. I have a new eyeshadow, face product, and lip product to share with you today. But before we jump into all this newness, I want to say how much I appreciate all of you who are returning to this channel and also welcome those of you who are stopping by for the very first time. I decided to become a professional makeup artist specializing in helping those of us over 50 when I happened to see a makeup transformation on the TV show What Not to Wear. Do any of you remember that show? The show was about fashion, but in the middle of the show, Carmody, who was the makeup artist, would do a makeover, and often the older women who were getting the makeover would look in the mirror afterwards and be amazed by the transformation. And many, like me, were on the verge of tears when they saw the transformation. It's when I saw Courtney's makeover that it really hit me. I thought, this is what I want to do during my second act. I want to help women over 50 look and feel their best. And that's what this channel is all about. We explore the tips, techniques, and products that can make the biggest difference for us now. And occasionally we also make a foray into fashion and wellness. So if this content sounds like a match for your interests, I do hope you'll subscribe before you leave today. By the way, if you've noticed that the circles under my eyes are especially dark and deep, there is a good reason why. After a year of searching real estate listings, we finally found what we were looking for and purchased a townhome in another state. So we're in the process of trying to sell this house and pack, which, as you all know, can feel a bit overwhelming. So I'm working hard at taking deep breaths and taking things one day at a time. Easier said than done, right? But now let's have some fun and move on to products that I'm very excited about and hope you will be too. And as always, I'll list all the products that I'm using along with links to the products in the description box below, which is under the video and can be accessed by clicking on the word more. When you shop for these products using these links, there's no additional cost to you, and it's a wonderful way to support this channel, which I so greatly appreciate. I usually start with eyes since there's no way we can avoid some fallout when we apply powder eyeshadow, but today we'll be applying a cream shadow. So let's go ahead and start with face makeup. I've completed all my skin prep, applied my Benefit Professional Primer to help minimize the look of my pores, and my RMS face primer on the rest of my face. So now let me share with you the first product I wanted to focus on today. It's a product from the clean beauty brand Doll 10, and it's their TCE Super Coverage Makeup. The TCE stands for This Covers Everything. Now, I'll be very honest, my immediate thought when I see or hear the word super coverage or full coverage is that the foundation will feel heavy and perhaps look cakey. And I have a hunch that some of you might also have that reaction. But this foundation absolutely left me stunned. It not only does an amazing job of covering imperfections, including age spots, but it also looks natural and doesn't feel the least bit heavy. And it truly lasts all day. I have dry skin, but I've heard others who have oily or combination skin say that it also works for them. And you only need a very small amount. One woman wrote in her review of this product, "This is the best coverage ever. No one sees the makeup, only perfection." But rather than continuing to talk about it, let me actually show you. And I wear the shade Light. Probably the only mistake we can make with this makeup is putting on too much. So you need very little, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm just going to dot some on, first in the places where I need the most coverage. And there's my biggest age spot. Then I'm just going to press it in with my brush first. It's really interesting. They have a video on their website, which you might want to take a look at. And it shows a woman who has a rather large birthmark on her face, and she is able to completely cover it. It's really amazing. I think you'd have to agree that this is pretty amazing coverage. I possibly could go with a light medium and maybe even mix the two of them together. And I want to let you know that in the description box below, you'll find a 15% discount code, which is Elise15, and you can get that discount on any Doll 10 products on the Doll 10 website. Now I'm going to quickly add some contour, blush, and highlighter. My contour is Terra from M Cosmetics. My cream blushes are Score from About Face and Popstar from the drugstore brand Hard Candy. And my highlighter is Rare Beauty's liquid highlighter in the shade Enchant. I love how easily this applies. It just glides on. So easy to blend. I'm taking my foundation brush, just going around the edges. And I just have to show you this beautiful color from the About Face brand. And this blush looks pretty scary with how dark it is, but it shears out a whole lot when you apply it. And I love applying a little bit of this Hard Candy blush over it because it provides a little bit of glow. And I also love the applicator of this blush. And I'm just going to pat that in with my fingers. This has quickly become one of my favorite combinations. And because of the lighting, it's really sort of washing out this color, so I'm just going to add a little bit more so it shows up so you can see it better. I think that'll give you a better look. This is so sheer that it actually works very well to apply it with fingers. Can't say that about all blushes for sure. And this is my Rare Beauty highlighter. And I think you can see that that adds quite a bit more glow. In fact, I haven't used this for a while and I kind of forgot how much glow it actually provides. But you can always shear it out a little bit too. And I want to do a little bit to help those dark circles I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to apply some corrector and concealer underneath my eyes. Today I'm using the Becca under eye brightener and corrector, but Doll 10 also makes a beautiful one. And a little bit of concealer from Kosas. And to prevent that concealer from creasing, I'm applying some powder. It's the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder in pink. And the pink really helps brighten the under eye area. And I also meant to mention earlier that this foundation from Doll 10 has a lot of skin-loving ingredients in it, which is one of the reasons it feels so wonderful on the skin. Now on to the second product I wanted to share with you today, which is cream eyeshadow from the clean beauty brand Meritt. I've really enjoyed almost all of the Meritt products I've tried, especially their blushes and highlighters, but today I'm going to apply their newest product, which is a matte cream eyeshadow. Meritt calls these their solo shadows, and they can easily function as one and done eyeshadows, or if you prefer, you can always combine several colors. They come in 4 neutral shades: Studio, which is a cool taupe, Vachetta, which is a warm beige, which I have, Mid-Century, which is a warm brown, which I also have, and Brune, which is a deep brown. They call the other 4 colors their statement colors: Social, which is a soft mauve, Viper, a warm green, Nelson, which is a soft gray, and Midnight, which is the one I have, which is a classic navy. And they come in this really beautiful packaging. These cream eyeshadows provide a sheer wash of color that can be layered to create more depth, and they can be applied with the fingers or a brush. They are very easy to blend, and you do have time to blend them before they dry down, but once they do dry down, they stay put and they don't crease. After use, it is important to click the tops of these products in place so they don't dry out, and you will hear a very audible click when you tighten the top. But the proof is in the pudding, as they say, so let's see how easy these Meritt cream eyeshadows are to apply. Most of the time, you'll probably only apply one of these eyeshadows for a quick and easy look, but I want to share with you several of these colors, so I'll combine them. I'll put Vachetta, the warm beige, on my lids, the shade Mid-Century, which is the warm brown, in my crease, and then I'll use the navy blue called Midnight on the outer part of my lid and crease, and I'll also use it as my eyeliner. So this is Vachetta, Vachetta. I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope so. And as you can see, it's a very soft, light color, just a wash of color. And you could certainly just apply this and be done. Really pretty. Now that went on absolutely beautifully, and I'm going to make sure I close up this lid and you'll be able to hear that click. And this is mid-century, which is going to go in my crease. And as you can see, it is a little bit deeper. And they do make a brush that comes with these, which is double-ended. It's a really nice brush. I didn't happen to get it because I have so many brushes. That is really nice. I'm really impressed with how easily these glide on. And frankly, as you probably know, I'm a huge fan of powder eyeshadow, but this could sway me. These could become my new one and done out the door favorite cream shadows. I'm going to go just a little bit deeper with this brown. And I'm really curious about this blue. Oh, it's actually more pigmented than I thought it would be. Probably shouldn't have put that much on my brush. Now, I have to say I'm not a huge fan of how it turned out applying the blue over the brown, so I'm not going to be quite so heavy-handed on the other eye. We'll go a little bit softer and see if it looks any better. I definitely like this softer application of the blue. All right, that's what experimenting with makeup is all about. As I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and use navy as my eyeliner, and I'll apply that off camera along with my mascara and be right back. So I not only applied my mascara, but I also went in and I applied a little bit more of that Vachetta, the lightest beige color on my eyelids to tone down the blue that I over applied on my eyelids. But I really liked using that midnight color as my eyeliner. It is gorgeous and it's so easy to apply. And one other thing I did that I should mention is that I applied some Laura Mercier powder, her translucent loose powder, in my T-zone area. So let's finish up with the third product I'm obsessed with, a lipstick from the clean beauty brand Lawless. In previous videos, I've also shared my love of the Lawless glosses, and I'll be using one of them in just a moment. But first, I'll apply my L'Oreal Age Perfect lip liner. I have the shade Little Lady Daisy in the Lawless lipstick. And here's a swatch. It's really a medium-toned pink. And by the way, the case is magnetic, which is always really a nice plus. I love the feel of this lipstick. It is soft and comfortable, and the shade is really beautiful. But I'm going to combine it with my new Ciati London lipstick in the shade Electra to create the shade that I want, which is a little bit deeper. And I'm not one who gets all excited about packaging necessarily, but I have to admit, this one is pretty special. And I'll finish up with a Lawless gloss shade called Baby Love, which is a lovely soft pink. I can feel the lip plumping ingredient in action. It's a little bit tingly, but it feels just fine. Well, that's it for today, and if you enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up icon to let YouTube know. As we prepare to move, I have mixed emotions about leaving, since there are really many things about this place where we've been living the past 7 years that we love, but we also love many things about the place we'll be going. I hope you'll share in the comment section below the favorite place you've ever lived in and why. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday, and until then, I wish you good health and happiness and hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care.